Hello friends. So it's been a few weeks, almost a month since my last garden update, and at this point I am just coming in here on late June. I think it's June 21st today, and just show you some of the progress that has gone on in the last month or so. So few little lavenders that are just not really taking off yet, but oh well. Lots of catnip right there. The cats love me. Brought in a number of the peppers into the greenhouse. That one is a bell pepper, and as you can see, it has many buds on there already and a few beginning little flower or peppers already. That's kind of exciting. Lots of chamomile. These guys are doing pretty well. Bought some Tuscan basil. I just now repotted them, so their little spindliness is actually my fault. More peppers that are seeming pretty happy in here. My basil garden, which is overwhelming at this point. I'm going to have lots of basil to make pesto with. Have a number of romaines in here. Things I've learned that after they initially sprout, it's probably a good idea to put them in the garden because they do all sorts of weird and twisty things, like that right there. Couple more lilies that are about to go. More peppers with lots of flower sprouts on them. That's exciting. Some sweet peas, a dahlia that was in the shade for a little too long, so I'm hoping to recover that guy. More sweet peas, some black-eyed Susan, more black-eyed Susan. Now this is kind of a fun project, which is my hot peppers. So right there, I think you can see that that's a habanero. Have a cayenne pepper right here. And for my big experiment, I actually have a ghost pepper. And for those of you who actually know anything about peppers, in theory that is the potentially hottest pepper in the world. I don't anticipate ever actually eating any of these just because I like to taste things, and that would probably kill my taste buds forever. Eggplant. A few weeks ago we had a little accident in here where the shelf fell over and it kind of crushed a couple of my chive plants, which was unfortunate. Last batch of coleus for the year. These guys seem to be doing pretty well at this point. Kind of a collection of rock cress that Jonquil's been doing. At some point we're going to need to actually transplant those out. I got some mint and some Swiss chard that I'm doing inside. And actually they seem to like it better inside than outside. Lots of mojitos coming this summer, so that's fun. A couple other little guys back there. Chamomile, as it turns out, gets pretty tall. I didn't realize that, so not sure what I'm going to do with those guys. And out here is the collection of stuff that I have brought outside, obviously. So we got a couple of dahlias going already, one of which I'm quite happy to say is sprouting, even though we had a disaster with him where he fell over and two of the stalks broke and were pretty spindly for a while. One of my favorite things is lemon verbena, and I got two of those guys going. A couple more dahlias. Let's see, I got some herb pots going with plenty of sage, oregano, thyme. Seems like there should be a song in there somewhere. and more rosemary, a couple of sunflowers, and here's an experiment that not sure how this is going to go, but as you can see, I'm actually growing a little baby huckleberry plant. Now, this monstrosity is the raised bed. We decided, since it doesn't get as much sun as we would like it to, we're just going to go with cool weather and shady plants. And quite to my surprise, it has really exploded. And honestly, I can't fit most of it in frame. What we're looking at here are a bunch of peas that are coming on. They've already flowered. Unfortunately, they have outcompeted the beets that are down below, but there's some garlic back there. They seem to be holding on pretty well. For better or worse, we actually did a first-year rhubarb in this spot. We knew that it was going to get big. I just didn't really grasp that it would get quite that big. We got a big flowering dill right here. No puns, please. And I'm actually going to start trimming him back so I can start drying some of the herbs. Got a row of romaine there. Funny thing that happens here outside is Swiss chard in the early season ends up getting some kind of leaf rot on it. What I have found is, happily, if you keep trimming back the rotten leaves, then at the end of the season you will be overwhelmed by actual Swiss chard, so that's kind of cool. Just planted some of the spindly romaines that were inside. I'm going to see if they actually take off again outside. Hopefully they will. Otherwise, it's just a failed experiment, and that's fine. Right here is a bunch of arugula. I just actually trimmed it back, so it had gone to flower, or started flowering, going to seed. So I trimmed it back, hoping that that would recover, and that way I can continue to get some arugula alpha there. And unfortunately, we have lots and lots and lots of squirrels, but under the netting there is actually an overabundance of strawberries. And if it weren't for the squirrels, it'd be out and showing for the world to see. Jonquil's flower garden back there. A few hostas. Proof that you can't actually kill a rhubarb plant. That guy was transplanted twice last year, and I thought for certain he was dead and forgot that he was there. Then magically he just started sprouting up again. My sad, sad, sad little blueberry plant. The plan is for next year, I'm actually going to dig out a big row right here and do a couple of blueberries and a couple of raspberries in the ground where they can kind of thrive somewhat more. But speaking of raspberries, I am going to have a bumper crop this year of raspberries off of this guy, so I'm really excited about him. And he's actually two sets of berries in a year, so once these guys are come and go, I'll get another set out of them. These are little potatoes that we're doing in pots, and we're going to build them up and raise up the second level of pots on the potatoes. Hopefully that's enough space to let everything do what it's supposed to. And finally back here is my hops plant, which is growing. And what's great about this guy is he's going to flow up and go all the way around and probably dangle off the front side of the garage. But he took quite a while to actually get established, but now that he is, it seems like he's doing pretty good. And here we have the newest raised bed. Things seem to be doing okay in here now. For some reason, seemed like both of the back raised beds took quite a while to get started. I'm going to blame the new soil that I had. It just had not settled in right and was not taking on water, so water was just draining off the top. But now it seems to be doing quite well, and we got a big row of pak choi, dried flowers. We're doing little beans in the bricks here with summer squash at either end here. A row of kohlrabi, carrots, and Jonquil's trying to get some watermelon going, but it just seems to be having failure to thrive so far. But if you look back here, we got a couple of spots where we're doing mounds for squash or gourds. We have zucchini going in some pots back here, and they're actually already yielding fruit, which is kind of fun. And in the big pot back there, there is butternut squash. And if we come back here, we can see the second raised bed. And just today I planted in some more dried tomatoes. So these are the tomatoes that you turn into sun-dried tomatoes, which is kind of fun. And, we'll see how those guys do. Looks like we've successfully recovered the artichokes, which took quite a while and seemed pretty shocked when we transplanted them. Some sunflowers back there, some cucumber, and we actually have some edamame, yeah, however you say it correctly, coming in there. Alright, so if you recall from last year, I had the cheapy plastic greenhouse. Thanks to Wendy Osterling, we were able to get some plastic to put over this again this year. And for being makeshift and kind of jimmied together, it's actually working out pretty well. And we've had plenty of successes and failures, but I'm going to count this one as a profound success so far, because in here I have all my really hot weather stuff. So lots of eggplant and lots of tomatoes that are really, really doing well. Very large bumblebee in here. Actually have some tomatoes already sprouting, and it's only June, so that's really exciting. More peppers, and this is really cool. A tomatillo plant that is just exploding already. Pretty amazed at everything that we're getting out of that already, and that's going to be exciting. And it is profoundly hot in here, so I am getting out. And here we are in the front, and as you can see, we've had a lot of success with the various beds that we've put in up here. With us watering the beds, that means the grass is actually getting water this year, so it's remaining pretty green. Something that I am really happy about was when I bought the house, I figured I'd do most of the front yard with lavender. And even though that didn't actually happen, what lavender I do have in here is really doing well this year. If you recall from the last video, I had just put in this bed. Jonquil's been diligently adding new plants to it, and it is filling in quite nicely. And I am pleasantly surprised at how well this is turning out and how quickly. Look back over here, and the front bed is just full of various types of flowers that are in various stages of flowering, coming and going. did not expect the lupins to really do as